Hi, I'm Dan Kane, cinematographer and co-founder of Paralinks, and I'm here at Hot Rod Cameras today to give a very quick demonstration of the BlackMagic HDLink Pro and Pomfort Livegrade being used to color correct in real time with the BlackMagic cinema camera. So what we've got here is the BlackMagic cinema camera recording ProRes in the film gamut, and I've got it hooked up to my Retina MacBook Pro running BlackMagic Ultrascope. So you can see we've got our waveform parade and our vector scope, and that's a live feed. You can see if I wave my hand, it should be live over here. And simultaneously, I've got the signal coming out of the BlackMagic cinema camera into the BlackMagic HDLink Pro, which is then feeding the signal to this Sony 17-inch OLED monitor over here. And I've got the Ultrascope running so I can look at my waveform and vector scope, and I've also got Pomfort Livegrade running so that we can affect the signal. So what you're looking at on this monitor here is currently the film gamut, which is the log mode of the BlackMagic cinema camera, going through a default Alexa Rec 709 transform. So my skin tone looks pretty normal, the colors on my hat look pretty normal, and everything, blacks are black, whites are white, gray is gray. It's a client viewable lookup table. And if I go over here to Livegrade and I show original signal, you'll see that it becomes much flatter and that you have all your detail in the shadows and more detail in the highlights than without that transform applied. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is turn off that show original signal, and this is with the default Alexa tone map. And what I can do in here is edit the curve. That's one way of affecting the signal. What I'm going to do is go ahead and lift the shadows a little bit so that there's a little more shadow detail, but you still have the nice shoulder handling of this particular tone map. So, I'm not blowing out where there's super hot light. I mean, it's a little brighter, but, I can affect that too. You'll see if I hold my hand here and affect the shoulder, it just takes that shoulder area down a little bit. So that's using the curve tool in Livegrade. And we can also affect the color with the color balls over here. So you can adjust your shadows, midtones, and highlights using the color wheel. And you can also affect the saturation. So just for the heck of it, I'm going to turn the saturation way up, and you can see the picture getting more saturated over here. Much more saturated, too saturated. So I'll take it down, and we'll sort of split the difference with a little more punchy image. And you can notice that on this monitor, my skin tones are looking a little warm in the mids to the shoulder. So I'll cool those down a little bit just for the heck of it. You can see it's getting cooler, while the shadows where the wood is are still warm, and my hat's still kind of warm. And I'll also cool the highlights off a little bit. So that's a little poppier, more saturated look with a little bit cooler mids and cooler highlights. And what's cool about this is that it's non-destructive. So what you're applying with this HDLink Pro doesn't go onto a recorded ProRes signal in the camera. Instead, you can save that with your computer in Livegrade as a LUT, and then load that LUT into DaVinci Resolve, which is included with the BlackMagic cinema camera. So it's a great way to create non-destructive looks on set that are great for client viewing, and if you just want to see how far you can push the signal in any given direction. So that's a really basic overview of the Pomfort Livegrade controlling HDLink Pro that's being fed a signal from the BlackMagic cinema camera. And hope you enjoyed my little overview. Maybe next time I'll give a little bit more detailed description of how all the controls work in Livegrade, and also how to export your LUT and then import that LUT into Resolve 9. So thanks for taking a look, and I'll see you around. Take care.